morning, everybody. 6:33 a.m. Today is the 8th, 9th of March. I can't read that. It's dark. Go with 20-something. It's either the 28th or the 29th. I think it's the 28th, Thursday. So I'll let you all sort that out. It is extremely foggy this morning in North Texas. It's about 52 degrees, and there's enough moisture in the air to make clouds on the ground, so that's cool. But that's not what we're here to talk about. What we're here to talk about this morning are the ideal skill sets for a prepper or a survivalist. There are a lot of people that have a lot of opinions about this subject, which is their prerogative, frankly. It's the human condition. We're all super duper important, and we all have feelings, and we're all special, and we all have our own opinions, and blah, 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 right? So, in this channel, I'm not here to give you the de facto expert opinion on anything. I'm here to get you to engage your brain. So to that end, I want to discuss what I believe are ideal preparedness skill sets. I would say number one would be not driving around in the freaking fog with your brights on. Thank you. But aside from that, especially into oncoming traffic. But aside from that, I would say, in my mindset, surviving an SHTF situation, as I've said many times, is going to be a factor of three different things. Number one, being away from the population centers. Number two, being able to produce your own calories. And then number three, a strong tribe. A tribe, a group of people, a MAG, a mutual assistance group, or whatever, right? A team of people. So for me, I think if you're, and I've said this many a time before, and I'm not the first person to say it, if you're in the cities, get out. I mean, I think the first person to say that was God in the Bible, come out of her, my people. And it's been repeated many a time by many people greater than I since then. But you need to get out onto a piece of land and learn to be a farmer. Number one, I really strongly feel that that's where your skill sets need to go to, because a lot of people focus on the bug out. They don't really focus on the what after that. Okay? The bug out is, if you live in a good place, you don't have to bug out in the first place. And we're not going to go down to this road of, T, you just don't understand. I just can't leave. Dude, I get it. I've lived and worked in 38 of the lower 48 United States. Okay? You can tell me all you want about why you can't leave. Mind you, you're talking to the guy who's closing on a piece of property 200 miles away from this North Texas decadent society that I'm living in right now. So, and I have young children. So, and old people that I'm responsible for as well. So it can be done. It's just a matter of whether or not you really want to do it. We said in another video, everything you have, you want. If you didn't want it, you wouldn't have it. If you really disliked it so much, you would change it to where you don't have it anymore. So if you do have it, on some level, you want it. But I would get out into the woods or out into a field somewhere at the base of a mountain or whatever and learn to grow your own food and raise animals and get wise to animal husbandry. And I would start doing that now. If you're in suburbia, believe me, it can be done. We have 1/3 of an acre that we're on in North Texas at that house. And literally half of that backyard is animal enclosures and garden. And I don't care if my neighbors like me or not. I mean, I do care, and luckily I have great neighbors. They're excellent people who appreciate what we do in our backyard. But if they weren't and they didn't, that wouldn't stop me from having chickens. That wouldn't stop me from growing corn that's taller than my fence, or sunflower. We had an 11-foot sunflower last year, which was great because we fed that to the meat rabbits, right? Which we also had. So point being, you can do it in suburbia, but I don't like the population density equation of suburbia. So you need to get agrarian. That's number one. Should you know how to do bushcraft? Yes. Is it absolutely essential? I'm going to say no. Unless you plan on for the rest of your existence, in between when things go bad and when your maker calls you home, of living in the woods. If you're going to live in the woods forever, bushcraft might be a good idea for you. Whoa, bunny! Oh, almost killed a bunny. We didn't kill a bunny. Good job, bunny. Rabbits are the weirdest things, man. Like, you know what a rabbit's defense mechanism is? When they see you and you see them, you know what they do? They go. They sit perfectly still and look at you with one beady eye, basically saying, you can't see me. You can't see me. I'm not here. You can't see me. So we almost ran over a bunny, but that's okay. Thou shalt not eat things that go forth on paws. So don't, whatever. I think bushcrafting is good to know. I don't think you need to be an expert at it. I do think that you should know how to cook and butcher animals and smoke meat. Getting back to that agrarian lifestyle thing, I mean, basically farmer is where my mindset goes. I like to think that the ideal kind of skill set is a militant farmer. You know, a militiaman, you know, he's got a rifle slung over his back and a shovel in his hand. That guy plowing a field, that's where my brain goes to. But I think that when America 2.0 or 3.0 or 4.0, depending on who you are and how much credence you give to the presidency of Woodrow Wilson, when the next iteration of the United States of America comes along, I believe that it will be a much more agrarian lifestyle for the majority of people that are left. And that agrarian society will support a strong warrior class. And I think for that reason, it's good to know how to grow your own food because supply chains are going to shut down. Let's face it. And I don't want to have to walk into a FEMA camp and beg for food because my kids are starving. So I'm just going to take that out of the equation and grow my own food. And I don't want to have to beg the federal government to take care of me and protect me, so I want to be able to protect myself. So, other than that, what other useful skill sets should you have? Pretty much everything. I would say any and all trade skills are probably applicable, because if they're not directly applicable, at least you're working with your hands. And I would submit that the vast majority of people are going to be working with their hands more so after SHTF than they are now. And then there's a lot of skill sets that people underestimate that shouldn't be. For example, we have a wonderful older couple as part of our group that are marriage counselors. They offer Christ-centered marriage counseling. And you would ask yourself, why would you need that in a group? Conflict resolution? It's good to get things under control before people start punching each other and stabbing each other and shooting each other. Plus, because they're older than the vast majority of the group, we respect them even more because they are our elders. They've lived more life than we have lived. So I'm super happy to have them. And that's something for you people that are maybe up there in age and you're thinking to yourself, I can shoulder a rifle, but I don't really want to. And I can hoe a row of beans, but I don't really want to. Your biggest asset is in between this ear and this ear. It's right up here. this gray matter, that's what you've got on everybody else. You've been there and done that. And that's invaluable. So don't count yourself out. And the morale that people like that bring to the group is huge. We have a loose affiliation with some homeschoolers that I think it's valuable to have the ability to continue with some type of normalcy as far as schooling goes after an SHTF situation for the children. That they continue to learn and engage with other children and all of that. And so eventually, I think ultimately you end up with, or you should end up with, a tribe of people that coalesces around leadership on a piece of land somewhere. And I know that could sound extreme to a lot of people, and there's a lot of people that are into the lone prepper mentality, but I disagree. You are your own critical failure point in a lone prepper situation. If you have no backup, you have no backup. You twist your ankle, you could die. I twist my ankle, I'm going to be hurt for a few days, but I have other people that will help me. And if somebody else twists their ankle, they have people that can help them. So, ideal skill sets: agrarian, combative, and then problem solving, tactile, visceral. I'm not going to put like names to all these different things that you should know, because everybody else does that. I want you to think more. I want you to think more and just parrot other people's opinions less. Okay, it's good to watch videos like this and everybody else's videos, but engage your gray matter and really think about, what do I bring to the table? And lastly, have some backups. Like, for example, redundancy is good in a lot of ways. We have lots of people on our teams that know medical stuff. You know what else? What if we had 4 nurses, right? And you walk into a group and I'm a nurse. Great, we got lots of those already. Here, I need you to go shovel poop. You're gonna have to be okay with that and have multiple skill sets. You know, be that person that understands how to program a ham radio and knows how to dope a shot on a rifle at 700 yards and knows a thing or two about butchering small game and, you know, is good at cleaning cast iron cookery. And anyway, I got one of my guys just texted me messing with me. I gotta go. It's time to walk inside this building and lead my daytime tribe. But skill set wise, don't get caught up in the hype. I think you do really well to look at how people lived 100 years ago, 200 years ago, and emulate that in your systems and your training, because I think that's where we're headed. So I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.